in the bottom left starting location, outclassed in that last game. He is.
KT roster Flash.
And his opponent over here in the upper right, looking unstoppable. He is.
SK Telecom T1 Parting.
You know, I want Flash to come back and win 2-0 from here. If Parting goes forward to the round of 8, he actually plays a teammate, and I never like to see that.
Well, that always makes for weird games that we can't quite cast as well because there's a bunch of mind games going on that we don't get to follow.
Indeed. So that would be sad, but we'll see. I think after seeing that game, if he just uses that same strategy twice more, I can't imagine not winning one of the games, you know?
Yeah. Well, this map is weird, Derelict Watcher. The third base is kind of far from the second, but more importantly, the fourth and the fifth. They almost look like other starting locations until you take a closer glance.
Yeah,
so,
you're right about that.
So they'll probably both get up to 3 bases, but beyond that, it'll be a little bit tricky.
You know, I'm not surprised that Parting's grabbing 2 gas here either, by the way. You might go for one of these crazy aggressive builds again, like what he did on, what's the name of that map? Not Yonsu, not Frost.
You're talking about the one where he did the blink all in?
Yeah.
No,
Why can't I think of it right now? Yonsu, Frost, and... Well, now I look dumb. Whatever.
No, yeah.
Polar
Night.
Polar Night. Okay.
Yes.
Polar Night. I'm like Arctic region. No, that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
You're like Dust 2. It's like, no, it's Counter-Strike.
Now, he's not mining full probes on both gases, so not exactly sure what he's going to be going for, but, you know, this map is pretty tough. Like, the main is very droppable. It's huge. And the third base, how it's positioned, there's just, like, a lot of surface area to try to deal with. So things like SCV pulls, big 3-base all-ins from Terran and stuff can be pretty tough. And you do get even more spread out as you expand more. So wouldn't be surprised if he follows up the expansion with some aggression.
Well, you know, coming into this, you know, it's funny because the way that Parting won that is normally the way you would expect to see Flash win a game. Every little engagement is deflected. Mm-hmm. Like a Jedi blocking a laser off its sword.
You know, well, Flash is not the best player in the world at this game like he was in StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
If this was StarCraft 1, Parting would have been made to look a fool, but StarCraft 2, man, Parting is one of the very best. And Flash is too, of course, but not quite to where people want to see him yet.
Well, the engineering bay is coming in here. And there might be a little bit of powering here. From Flash.
It'll be a bit before we see an actual tech go down.
Oh my god, he's doing that build.
Exact same build as before.
Same placement, too.
Yeah, it is
on the same map.
Yeah.
same starting location.
That was...
There might be a branch in this build, though, where he goes something different. We'll see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I guess that's what he's doing on this map today. I mean...
Yeah. That's funny because I thought it was a gimmick strat so that he could pull out the real strategy against Flash. I guess
well,
not.
You know what? Against Flash, this is a player that it could be better against because Flash is more likely to make that really quick third command, in which case maybe it works out. But look, even his unit placement is exactly the same.
Oh.
Now
pushing out that Reaper.
Ooh, never mind. It is a different build. It is DT. So definitely...
Okay, so let me talk about this for a minute.
Yeah.
This reminds me of when we saw Squirtle. He had 3 Terrans in his group. This is a while ago, by the way. And he had like 6 different builds, but they all started out looking the same. Mm-hmm. And I was wondering if we we're going to see something like that here from Parting, because those guys used to be teammates. So in this case, he still puts that in this... Oh, my God. Well, he's going to get that pro, but he puts that in the exact location, that Twilight Council there. But then he switches it. So let's just say that Twilight Council was spotted. It doesn't mean that he knows that Flash is going to know what's coming.
That's well said, Tasteless. This is a situation where Flash could be thinking about that build, and it's just going to be something completely different.
Oh, he needs to get this up.
Well, this Reaper has actually just... He's done so well with his Reapers so far this game, Tasteless. Like... finding the probes that keep coming out. So the Dark Shrine's going to finish. No proxy pylon. You may as well just wait for the Warp Prism, you know? Are you going to walk those all the way across the map and get your damage done? It's not quite as likely. There's a lot more time to prepare.
Now, already there's been some disturbance here as far as what Parting's been trying to do. As you can see, this is a much longer travel distance than had he been proxied. The Warp Prism will come out now, and he may do some harass here in the main as well. Where's the Warp Prism? Oh, I see. It's leaving from the bottom. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, that's a good route to go on. And he sees the DT. So, odds of the DT's doing very much, not a whole lot. And this puts the Terran in a very good position. Because the DTs are not the most comfortable thing to kind of transition out of if they don't do any damage. You basically have to make the DTs pay for themselves with their damage output. And in this case, they're not going to be able to do that. I mean, as long as he has scans and he can stop them. Now, he's trying to beat out a scan just there. Flash not going to budge on that for now. Yeah, this is pretty tough, Tasteless. Flash is going to have a big supply lead here. Now, Parting is going directly into High Templar tech. Adding a bunch of gates, he's getting his charge, of course, he's getting that +1 armor, although Flash already has his +1 attack and will have +1 armor as well when the engagement occurs. Not adding in any Immortals either. A lot of players that go for a quick DT drop add in an Immortal or two just to give some more bulk to their army. But his army's going to be pretty soft overall. It's going to be kind of hard to fight against this, especially since he has just 2 sentries and all his gas is going to have to go to High Templar. So he can't even control the engagement that well.
This is what happens when you go DTs, guys. There's a lot of risk involved. It's not really a safe standard build.
Well, the funny thing is, Storm is such a good spell that if he gets like 1 to 2 good Storms, then everything can just become okay, kind of.
Yeah.
Not completely necessarily, but that's a possibility.
Looks like Protoss is interested in getting that 3rd up pretty soon here. And Flash is going to move out across the map again. Looks like he's banked up 400 minerals for that Nexus. Nope, I spoke too soon. He now makes a few more units.
Yeah, well, he needs to defend against this perfectly. If he made a Nexus right now, I don't think there'd be any chance to keep it alive now. Flash is actually going into 5 racks before his 3rd, so that's an aggressive stance right there. He'll probably make his 3rd command center pretty soon, but a lot of units are going to be rallying over. I think this is the right choice for this situation. Hurt Parting while he's behind in these unit counts.
All right, Nexus Cannon triggered there. Will he go pick up here and go to the main? Not clear. Nope. Just trying to get that army to move around. Now the Warp Prism's going to come in over here with the Zealot drop, but it looks like Flash is actually prepared for that with the Viking and the Marines here.
And he's going to continue to target on the Warp Prism. Doesn't want any more warping. In the meantime, the Zealot's going to do a little bit of damage at least.
Oh my god! Well, now the Viking gets it.
And he cleans it up without too much problem. Those are a lot of units, though, that he wanted to have up with his army. Have to stop these drops, though.
Trying to take out these High Templars. The Parting was prepared. And, yeah, we still don't... Oh, when are we... Yeah, we're just going to see Flash power for a little while here. He's going to make the 3rd over here at the actual 3rd. He's not going to make it in his main and float it there. That goes to show you how confident Flash is on the map right now, considering the past few engagements we've had. He's saying, well, you can't actually get out of the base. I'm the boss of this map right now.
It makes perfect sense with that DT tech failing so hard. Like the arcs that he could have, the spread he could have if this attack came, Charge Lots and High Templars would both be rendered almost useless. So Flash playing a very smart game here. Moving forward once again, he has a big army now. We need to see really good Psy Storms. Oh, about as bad a Psy Storm as you can get.
Another storm now. Those ones were not bad at all.
Yeah, very nice ones. Stayed in there a long time.
Thinning out that army a little bit. Now, you can see there's some... Flash is not totally sure if he wants to go attack that 3rd now, and he does bait out the army here.
Well, stemming back, going to start to kite. The Zealot's being pulled back. He knows he needs another Psy Storm. Oh, another whiffed one. Not very good Psy Storm here from Parting.
And it looks like this arc is going to be pretty strong here for Flash. Clean up a lot of these weaker Zealots in the back. A few more warp in here. Another storm, but not the best in the whole world. Time warp now being used.
Well, he's holding on so far, but can he save this 3rd base?
That's the big question.
This is going to be a pretty quick snipe.
That was a really good storm.
That was a really good storm. Those are so low on health, but I don't think that Parting has enough units to actually connect with anything.
Yeah, we have half the army attacking, the next other half driving back the Protoss army, and this Nexus will go down 100%.
And not only will it go down, he's going to lose a bunch of units over here. The probe's not that likely to get out. Well, actually, he flanks at the same time with a double Archon, but the double Archon can't stay alive either.
Now, another storm comes down here. From here with Flash having a third base up and running. Oh, he forgot to have those probes for a minute there. Turn around and actually mine from the second.
Ooh, another Archon being picked off. All this time, Flash has 3 bases, gained +3 attack. He's teching into his Ghost, getting that Mobius reactor. His medevacs are pretty low on energy. This is a kind of bruised force here. But he's rallying more and more across. And with a 50 supply lead almost, what is Parting supposed to do here? High Templars are a great way to try to come back, but when you're this far behind, are you going to be able to land those storms that you need?
I'll tell you
especially
one thing,
when it's this Marauder heavy?
I can't imagine the Nexus down here ever getting up and running again. He's just going to try to get the army to be baited out. And, the fanning out here of the army of Flash is just too good. Every time that Protoss army comes out, he whittles it down. And now the third will be destroyed, or at the bare minimum canceled. And you can see, there he goes again. Parting really doesn't want to lose that Nexus. But don't forget, once that thing completes, then Flash can kill it. It's a really tough position here for Parting. Now, none of these medevacs have really any energy left on him. So he can only stim so many times, but the Protoss' army is so small at this point in time, it doesn't really matter. And it does get forced out there.
Well, he has 11 medevacs, so even though they don't have a lot of energy, he's still doing an okay job healing there, denying that third base once again. And he's just trying to go for the kill at this point.
Yeah, he wants to close this out and bring us to the third game here for the third best of 3.
Well, it looks like Parting. That was a pretty good storm. Not much of a chance, though, here. Like, Parting isn't gaining much ground. The only thing he's gaining is in upgrades a little bit. But Flash's upgrades are basically the top anyway, so he's looking to tie in upgrades. And, if he wanted to win the game, I would say, okay, if he had 3-3 finishing here or something, okay, at least that's something to work with. But just catching up in upgrades doesn't really have a tech advantage anymore either.
Okay, now we have a Zealot Warp in, I believe, over here for the Terran's third base.
Oh, that's a nice little move.
He's going to see... you can get some damage in there. That's something for Party, but I mean, granted, these guys are both godlike. With the lead Flash has, my mind can't wrap around the idea of Parting actually coming back with somebody like Flash.
It's not like the Maru game. Like, he had a better army for a little bit when Maru killed his third Nexus. Here, he's been behind an army all game, in big part to that really quick DT tech that never let him fully develop into... like a really solid early game
This
army.
is a punished tech route.
Yes, it is. This can happen when you go for Dark Templars.
And he's going to be able to take out this Warp Prism here.
A nice try.
Kind of anticlimactic here for the ending. Parting's putting up a good good fight.
Most people would be dead by now for sure.
Yeah. Parting's showing what a tough player he is to play against, but...
Yeah, that army he has right now, though, not that impressive, really. Couple Marines trying to microverse 2 DTs. Not quite working out for him.
And again, another snipe there on the Templar. Looks like he did get a storm off before that happened. Terran is nearly maxed out. Flash is going to do another scan and figure out which side of which ramp rather the army is above.
He gets one of the ghosts, does some okay-ish storms, but this is just too beefy of an army of Flash, hitting in 2 directions at once. Those High Templars not going to be able to get anything really done, and we should be seeing a GG coming out of Parting. There's no point anymore.
Yeah, there's really no point. It's Parting. Okay, to his credit, man, he did a really good job staying alive.
Yeah, he's hard to kill.
I mean, Parting. If you're against Parting like this, you could be the guy that was winning the entire time, and Parting slowly but surely manages to come back. GG.
Not this time.
Not this time.
Well, going on to game number 3, Tasteless. Maybe Flash will come back 2-0.
Yeah, Flash looks solid there, but I think we can definitely highlight the fact that Parting lost that because he picked a build order that was riskier. Flash realized it was coming. He stopped the pylon from warping in. He had the scans ready. And from there, Flash gets a lead. Flash is somebody who, once he has a lead, is probably going to keep it.
That's true. His macro doesn't miss a beat. It was, Parting kept on trying to harass. He got a little bit of harassment done here and there, but it wasn't like against Maru. He wasn't able to assert his dominance on the map at the same time like he did against Maru. And so he paid for it.
Yeah.
Now, what is he going to do in this third map, and what is this third map?
We're going to find out soon. Akalon Wastes.
Okay, well, this is definitely a map that's fine for both sides.
We probably will not see an all-in here from Parting.
I doubt it. If he all-ins, I'm going to be a little bit surprised. I would love to see him actually do the same strategy he did Game 1. He's so good at it, and it seems like Flash not as good at defending against that type of play.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually agree with you 100%. I think he's probably going to do the same thing as Game number 1, or at least I'd like him to, because that would make the most sense. If I was his coach, that's what I would recommend.
Could go Blink Colossus here, though. It's a very popular build for the map. It's what he did against Maru as well, and he showed great skills with it. Can Flash deal maybe a little bit more damage in the mid-game if he does that?
Well, we'll find out soon. The game is now loading up. Flash against Parting. You couldn't really ask for a better match here in the winners. And after this game, we will have the first survivor here of Group D. Moving on to the round of 8 to face off against Sue in the GSL Codes.